So Halle Bailey and DDG are getting called out for something that happened almost 3 years ago. So this woman who worked at a department store, she decided to do a story time on a rapper and his Disney girlfriend who is now a baby mama, and how they tried to ruin her reputation by calling her racist because she wouldn't let him return a jacket that he had wore. So in the video, this lady does talk about how he tried to return the jacket and that it smelled like smoke, it smelled like cologne. He also tried to say that he didn't wear the jacket, and she pulled up his music video and you can see that he was wearing the jacket. And Halle chimed in and said, oh, this is how you run a business, and they was calling her racist, this, that, and the third. Now this is looking really bad on Halle's part because this is not the first situation she was in. If you guys remember, when she was pregnant, if I'm not mistaken, she went to try to get her nails done by this Russian lady, and they had an appointment. Her and her sister Chloe couldn't make the appointment, and things went left because Halle still ended up making it. And the lady asked her, like, hey, where's your sister? She said her sister's still going to be late. And they ended up calling the lady racist because she didn't accommodate them when the lady already said that she had other appointments. And they just started calling her racist and being mean. So hearing that Halle called this lady a racist is not surprising because Halle already did this before. But anyways, I'm going to play her story time so you guys can listen to it. And I want to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on it down in the comment section below.
Now that I no longer work at my old job, I want to do a story time on a very famous rapper who tried to ruin my career and ruin my life. I worked at a department store, men's designer specifically, and I was commission based. I was working one day when a man approached me asking for help picking out a jacket for his music video. He was very nice. We ended up picking him a green Bottega jacket, most beautiful jacket I've ever seen. It was about $6,000. He bought it, he left. My coworker came up to me and was like, do you know who that is? I said, no. They showed me his Instagram and I ended up following him. He had a lot of followers. I'm like, this is gonna be cool. He's shooting a music video on this. I would love to see that. It's great. So he ends up shooting the video. The jacket looked amazing. The video was cool, good song, good energy. Yeah, awesome. Well, not awesome. A week later, I see him walk in with his girlfriend, baby mama now. She was starring in a very big, well-known Disney movie at the time, so she was very popular at this time. Well, they wanted to return the jacket. I had to tell them, no, you cannot do that. It was not fun. We ended up going back and forth over this, and I had to tell him 3 reasons I could not return this jacket. The first reason was it was smelling like cologne, very strong cologne scent. The second reason, it smelled a lot like smoke, and neither of these reasons were good enough for either of them. They were going back and forth. I told him that it's worn. The third reason, it was worn. He looked at me and he said, you cannot prove that. And I said, actually, I can. And I pulled out my phone, pulled out the video, and I said, this you? He was speechless. He was speechless, and his girlfriend did not like that. She said, this is extremely unprofessional. This is something that you do to all of your clients, like just very, very livid. And I explained to her, you guys are public figures, very well known. He told me he was shooting a music video. This is a public video posted on YouTube. Yes, I saw it. Yes, I pulled it up because I am commission based. I know it was worn. I cannot take back this jacket. It is a $6,000 jacket. It is against our return policy. I am not able to accept this. I could get in trouble. I'm very sorry. Explained it to her many times, explained it to him. It was just getting very heated. It created a scene. 3 of my coworkers started coming, trying to defend me. It was not going down. It was getting worse and worse. My manager stepped in, helping me, and I actually said, I'm going to remove myself. I did not feel comfortable anymore. It was not heading into any direction that I wanted to be a part of. So my assistant manager stood there, and I told him, I'm going to remove myself. If my assistant manager would like to return this, he is absolutely welcome to. I personally cannot take back this return because I can get in trouble. It is a very expensive jacket. It's worn. It smells worn. I can't. I am so sorry, but this is policy. They ended up leaving. My manager said no, he had my back. They went to different departments, tried to return it. It was denied all over the store. They ended up winning. It sucks, but they went to a different location and returned it. It's fine. I expected it to be returned, just not by me. I didn't care because I did not want to get in trouble. I did not want to take the heat for that. It's a big no-no to return designer stuff. I guess that wasn't enough for him because he took to his social media to post the receipt of this jacket, and with the receipt he wrote a very crazy message. With this receipt, it showed my first name, the first initial of my last name, where I worked, the address of where I worked in the department. And in that photo, he said my first name, all of that information, and said I was racist and I called him the N-word with a hard R. I did not do this. I had 3 coworkers there, 2 of which were black, my assistant manager, and if I had done this, I would have been immediately fired. I worked a year after that. The store manager ended up apologizing to me for what he put me through. It created a month of harassment. 1 month of his fan base, to his millions of followers, going to social media, to Yelp, to Instagram, to TikTok, calling me racist. They started showing up at the store in groups looking for me. It was very scary. They started calling the phones, and if I answered, I was being cussed at, yelled at, threatened. I had to be walked to my car when I left because like the groups would be kicked out and they'd still be waiting. They found my social media, and it did not die down for a month, and maybe over a month. It was very damaging, and I thought it was insane behavior because you are abusing your platform to try and ruin somebody's life who is just doing their job. I thought that was the craziest, most erratic thing in the entire world. It turns out that they ended up doing this to somebody else. The girlfriend's sister and him, the rapper, ended up going to a nail salon and doing something very similar and calling this lady racist, but she ended up telling her side of the story, and they were called out for it very publicly. I can't get over this because they came in with an AP watch, Disney money, fighting me, wanting to return a jacket. I am just doing my job. I cannot take this jacket back. Like, it's my job, and you're trying to ruin my life and say very damaging, real accusations for what? Over a jacket you ended up winning. Like, why are you trying to ruin my life, my career? Like, that's sick behavior. That is crazy, and I think it's crazy that he has such a big platform to this day that he's able to do that, and that they will probably do this again. Yeah, so that was a fun time in my life. I'm fine. Working in a department store, it was never a dull moment.
Mind you, this is the same music video that I went to jail for. I went to jail for this video, y'all. Remember I went to jail for that gun? Went to jail, bro. So I'm already heated. Like, I done already missed 1 shoot date, right? So I was in jail for this goddamn shoot, bro. I'm like, damn, all right, boom. I get out of jail, whoop, whoop, bam, right? I'm in jail for like 11 hours, right? Boom. So, all right, cool. I fuck around and I goes to the store and I go buy this jacket, right? Y'all, I'm very media trained, y'all. Just let me talk. I goes and buy this jacket. I'm just telling y'all a story. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll apologize. Plain and simple. I goes to buy this jacket, right? Mind you, jacket cool. Around this time, I just got some green Bottegas. I'm like, I want to match green and green. But then when I got to the register, that motherfucker was like, I don't know how much it was. It wasn't no 6 bands though, but it was a crazy number. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just buy this bitch. I only wore it for 1 scene. Take it back, nigga. Like, I'm not finna be married to this shit. Stylists do it all the time, by the way. So I'm like, all right, cool. Grab the shit, right? Do the little video. I come back, right? To the store. I'm like, you know what? I want to return it. Boom, right? When I want to return it, this girl gonna pull up my Instagram. That's what threw me off. Cause I'm like, damn, cause I'm lit. I can't do what niggas been doing for ages. Everybody else can do this shit, but nigga, I do it. It's a problem. Like, I just feel like it wasn't fair, bro. It wasn't fair. It wasn't fair. Like, I'm like, damn, like, lady, pull up my Instagram.
Hello everybody, so I'm coming here to make a part 2 providing more context. Very quickly, I'm so sorry for my smoke detector. I know it is annoying. I live alone. I don't know how to change it. Somebody explained how to change it in the comments, and I will work on changing it, but for now, please bear with me. I wanted to get context up as soon as possible. Secondly, I do want to address that I don't appreciate the comments that I am receiving that are racist, and they are not okay. They are wrong on so many levels, despite what happened, despite who they are. Racism is not okay, and I will delete any comments that are leading to that. Like, it's wrong. So I will provide more context. At my department store that I worked at, celebrities and stylists and influencers pulling product, buying product for events, for videos, for movies was not uncommon. It was actually a very big deal, and I still work in a luxury retail environment, and it is still a big issue. It happens all the time. Anybody can tell you this who works in retail. It is frustrating because I stress that I am commission based for a reason. We put in so much time, energy, effort into this, all for it to be worn and returned. All of that was for absolutely nothing, and it is not fair. It is wrong, especially because my department store had a studio department. They were able to go through the studio and pull all of this, not waste our selling time, and they had different policies, procedures. They were able to do it through them. We made clients and customers all aware of this, but many people would avoid this. There's not much we can do about that. We can't force them. So that is why it is so frustrating to me, because like, we deal with this, and that is my check, that is my income, it's my job. Like, you guys, people are mad at me for fighting for this return because it's my job, it's my time, it's my effort, it's my money, my career. I'm entitled to do that just like any other person. So moving forward, to understand better, yes, it ended up being returned. It was returned. That's fine. It sucks, but it's the reality. I expected it. At least he had to drive to a whole other location to go and do that. So if I can inconvenience him, like he inconvenienced me, that's fine. It's fair game. Call me petty, call me whatever. I don't care. That's fine as long as I'm the one not doing it. So customer service, our customer service department basically had a revolving door of new associates. And they were constantly returning worn items when they were supposed to be sending them back to their original department for us to deny or accept the return. Because of this, our store specifically had a very high return volume, and it looked bad on us. So we are responsible, and we are told that if we are continuing to return worn product without a valid defective reason or anything, then we would get written up. We would get written up. That affects my career. That affects me. I can get in trouble. If it's a repeat offense, we could get fired. I was not going to take that risk for a celebrity who wore something, and yes, it'd be easier to just take it, but no, I'm not going to take that risk. This is my job. This is my career. This is my income. No, I wasn't going to take that risk. I'm sorry to people who don't agree, but no, I was not going to. Anyway, that is why he was able to return it at a different location, different policies, different manager, different way of running things. So that's, I hope that makes a little more sense. Back to the interaction of what caused all of this. The man who came in with his girlfriend was completely different from the first time around. He was not friendly. He was not nice. He was just completely different. Every time me and him were talking, his girlfriend would chime in, cut us off, speak over me, and act very entitled, in my opinion, and not be friendly. Like, there's a way of speaking to people, and I don't think that she had to speak to me that way, so I did what I had to defend myself. Moving forward, many people did not agree with the fact that I showed him that music video as proof. Again, this has happened. It was a repeat offense. This was not targeted. It is not directed towards him. We had stylists do this all the time. I've said no to regular people. I've said no to celebrities. I've said no to clients who've returned worn stuff. This was not targeted towards them. It's something I would do. I would do to this day, to say no to worn product, especially if I knew it was worn. It's what I had to do. So yes, I showed the video, and for two specific reasons. The first reason is technically smell is not a valid reason to deny a return. It is not a valid reason. And secondly, because it wasn't working, because they were still persistent, and I technically didn't have a valid reason to deny this return, I did have to present that proof, because number one, he told me that I did not have proof, and number two, I needed to deny this return, so I did what I had to do. Do I regret it? No. Was it a little bit unprofessional? Sure, but I had the support of my store manager, corporate, my managers, everybody, and I made everybody aware that I did this, and I was agreed with that I did the right thing. So I don't think it's wrong. I don't think what they did was right. It's nothing that you guys say will justify that, because he tried to ruin my life, ruin my career. And I know even posting this video, because his fan base has now found my TikTok and is now claiming that they were there. That is impossible. There are only 2 other clients there and my whole team of coworkers. Yeah, I doubt it was them. I can bet anything on them. It was them. Now they're claiming that they were there, and I did say all of this. That proves how sick and crazy his fan base is. I knew what I was getting into. I know at the end of the day that there are going to be people who do not believe me. There are going to be people who do believe me. You can't please everybody, no matter what proof I post, no matter what I say, no matter anything. There are going to be people who do not believe me, and that is okay. You do not have to believe me. I promise you, it's okay. Scroll on, move on. This is just my story, and I want to tell it. Lastly, he tried to ruin not only my life, but I got my old manager's permission to mention that he also, in addition to blasting me in that same text message that he posted on his Instagram story, he also mentioned my manager. I didn't mention this before because I needed to ask my manager's permission to say that. He called him out by name, and he said that he was racist. It was not to the same extent, but it's still wrong. I got most of the heat because he said I called him that slur. So that's why I face so much repercussion, why it was all targeted towards me. So it is wrong. He tried to ruin 2 people's lives, plus that nail salon owner who I guess was pregnant at the time. It is wrong. It is sick behavior, and I am actually really shocked to see people in the comments justifying this, saying that I should have just returned it and went about my day. Yeah, I could have, or I could have stopped these people who think using their status and who they are to try and do whatever they want, walk all over me, and clearly they abused their power to do this. So I actually don't regret anything I did. It's fine. I might look stupid to people in the end because they got the return, but I don't care. At least I tried my best to fight back and stand up for myself, and I make no apologies for doing what I did. That's it. It's okay if you don't understand it. It's okay if you think I'm wrong in some ways. I feel justified and valid in everything I did, and they will probably do this again. They will probably go after me again. I'm actually very nervous because I see people tagging them, but I think it's worse if I just don't say anything. I think it is so much worse if I just keep my mouth quiet. So I will post proof. I will post the receipts soon. I'm trying to figure out how to do that in the background so I can go over it with you guys. I'm not too good at TikTok.